Welcome to the second video. This video will teach you how to do financial statements. So I'm on slide 14. I think that'll be the same for you. First thing you need to do is to right click in here, worksheet object, and open. Again, if you're not using a PC, you'll have to work out how to open a spreadsheet. Okay, just maximize that so we can see everything. And you'll notice down the bottom we've got fence A, they're the answers. We don't need those yet because you'll work through with me. What we're going to do is first of all do some colouring in. On this side here we've got assets and expenses. That's where we put our money. The assets, we're going to colour code them in blue, expenses green. So what I'd like you to do is find the assets, click on the first one, accounts receivable, hold your control key down, and we'll click on the next one, holding that control key down. Apple, that might be command. So we've got accounts receivable, bank, not drawings, equipment, no, land and buildings, and vehicles. So all of those we want to colour code by clicking on this here to blue. I'll fill them with blue, and all our assets are now blue. Expenses, we want those to be green. So I'll click on the first one, accounting fees. That's everything in this column except drawings. So accounting fees, hold the control key down, advertising, builders' wages, insurance, interest, office expenses, vehicle expenses, find your fill, and green. Drawings is actually an equity account. So we want drawings and capital, hold control key down. We want them to be yellow. If you're not keeping up, just press pause, and hopefully you got a double screen here, and then play again when you're ready. We've got liabilities. First one's accounts payable. Hold control key down. GST payable, loan and mortgage. We're going to make our liabilities red. And the last two fees, control key down and rent received, are both income, and they are purple. So really the hard work's done. You can see over here I've already put purple for income, green for expenses, blue assets, red liabilities, and yellow for owner's equity. What we're going to do now is we're going to type equals. I don't want you to put anything, type any names or numbers in there. We're going to do everything through equals. So we're going to type equals on income and click on fees. And you can see that transfers it from here to here. And this one equals, click on rent and enter. You see the names have been transferred from the trial balance into the income statement. To get the numbers, we're going to fill across. So highlight both of those, bring your big plus, your cursor here, over to the bottom right. You notice it goes from a big plus to a small plus. Press your left mouse button down and drag across. You'll notice that the numbers come across as well. Then I want to get a total. For a total I type equals, the top one plus the second one, and enter. And a total income will be calculated out, those two added together. Expenses, type equals and click on your green ones. Equals accounting fees, equals advertising, so you've got all of them listed down. Again, if I'm going too fast, just press that pause button and then play again. Highlight from accounting fees using your left mouse button down to vehicle expenses, and we're going to go from a big plus to a small plus and fill across. Just check office expenses 53,000, office expenses 53,000, so it's filled across correctly. Total expenses, this time we're going to use the auto sum, which is this one up here. So auto sum will add everything we highlight. So we're going to click on the auto sum button. We don't want that figure, we want these ones. So click on left click button, 2,200 down to 17,700, and enter, and it'll add those up for us. Our net profit is equal to our total income minus our total expenses, so we'll type it in, equals, click on the total income, then the minus total expenses, and this is the net profit. Note that we haven't typed anything other than equals and referenced it back to the trial balance. To make these a little bit cleaner, I like to highlight these and just press the comma button up here and reduce the decimals. Okay, so that way we've got everything easy to read. The balance sheet, what we're aiming to do is get this figure here to balance with that figure. Those two must be equal at the end. So we'll know if we're right. We can stand up and do a little dance at the end if you like to. So assets, they're the blue ones. So type equals accounts receivable, equals bank, equals equipment, equals land and buildings, and equals vehicles. Pretty quick. Again, pause if you want to catch up. Highlight those ones, drag across, and we'll check again. Land and buildings 580,000. Yep, that's filled across correctly. Total assets, because there's more than two, we'll auto sum them. Up here to auto sum, it's sigma, and highlight the numbers you want added. Enter. Note that the most important figures here and here are in the second column. The figures out of the trial balance are just in that first column. Another way of doing this comma without having to click comma, I'm going to click on this one. I want everything to be formatted the same way. So I'll go Format Painter and do that down. Much easier than decreasing the decimals. Liabilities, type equals, and we're after the red ones. So you got your 4, and fill across, and get a total liabilities by auto sum, add those up, and we'll format Painter again. Good. So total assets are 724,600, total liabilities 264,500. So if I subtract the liabilities from the assets, so that's equals L8 minus L14, that gives me my net assets. My owner's equity is the yellow ones over here. So the first one's capital, so I click equals and I get that 180,000. Note here that I'm putting everything in that last column because it's the most important information. The profit is not here. I'm going to type equals. It's not in the trial balance, but I've calculated it here in my income statement. So I'll click equals, then H15. Drawings is this one over here, but I want to take this off because these are on the credit side, that's on the debit. So I'm going to type equals negative, and then I can click on the 88,000 over there. So I'm taking the drawings off because it's what the owner is taking out of the business. Lastly, I'll auto sum, and it already highlights what I want, and enter. And you'll notice that the net assets minus liabilities, 460,000, is the same as closing equity. What I had at the start, mine plus the profit for the year, minus what the owner took out, 460,000. It's good to see that the capital has increased from 180,000 to 460,000, and the main reason for that is because the drawings are way less than the profit. Great, I'll see you on the next video.